Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out just like the sunrise. We gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Tanya, and this is Titanium Built. On this channel, we break down true crime cases, and we use the official documents, timelines, and facts to do so. So tonight, we're going to be delving back into the case of Monique and Spencer Tempe. I don't even know why I said Monica. That was completely off. Completely off. But hello, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you all. I'm off my game. I took a night off. But hey, Ladybug. How are you doing tonight? Don't forget to hit that like button. Hey, Princess. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Casey. I know, right? I was surprised I took the night off. I was just like, I hadn't seen Vincent. He was running around all day yesterday, and then I just was feeling like under the weather almost. Hey, Marcella. I sat here for like 2 hours and debated. Did I say hi to you, Princess? I think I did. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Miss Bree. Hey, baby girl. Hello, hello, hello. Hola. Hey, Tony. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Hey, Mindy Perkins. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're all here tonight. Hey, Tony. I don't know if I said hey to you, but if I didn't, I probably just did. You know me. I say a name once and then I forget if I said it or not. But you're my peoples. That's probably why. I'm used to seeing you guys here. Now don't go do anything crazy on me now. Okay, but welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you all. If you're not in the chat, hello, hi, welcome. If you're new to the channel, let us know where you're from. We love to know those things, and we love to know what time it is where you're from, in case it's somewhere different. If you can hear my hands clinking together, I'm so sorry. My rings do that sometimes, and I'm a hand talker, so I'll try to keep it under control. But I do have my sidekicks here tonight. If you hear any rumbling, that's just my my co-stars. Yeah. Or my co-host, I should say, because we're not stars here, but co-host. They're sleeping. They sleep on the job. Oh, Mimi, hello from Arkansas. I don't know. Do we have anybody from Arkansas? I don't think we do in our chat. I'm tired of being cold. Yeah, I know. I'm done with it too. I really am. It's like been really crappy here. Thank goodness Vincent's awesome at taking out the dogs, because he really is awesome. I've taken them out like once in the past like month, I think, or twice. Like he's been so good. He's like, I'm gonna take him out. I'm like, okay, you go right on and do that, because we walk them every time we take them out. So I'm tired of the cold. Hey, Java Jack. Battle Creek, Michigan. Oh, look at that. 7:43 here too. Right on time. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into tonight's live. I always like to kind of like just chit chat in the beginning of the lives, because YouTube likes to kind of just check on us through like the first 8 minutes just to see if we're doing okay. Making sure we're not saying any bad words. So that way we can say all the bad words after 8 minutes. Hey, Migdal. Is that how you say it, Migdal? From Long Island. Oh, I love that. Long Island. I bet you have an awesome accent. I've been to New York one time, and it was when I was 16, and it was literally the year before shit hit the fan. It was the year 2000. So it was insanity. It was so much fun, and it was so big and just different. So I liked it. But like I said, we're going to dive back into the case of Monique and Spencer Tempe tonight. And specifically, we're going to be looking at the CAD reports. I don't know if it's called CAD or if it's CAD, but we're going to call it CAD. And it's going to be from the mornings that their bodies were discovered. We haven't went through these reports, and they're pretty crucial because they give us a minute-by-minute look at what was happening behind the scenes when the calls came in, how the officers, were dispatched, how quickly police began to realize, that this wasn't just a wellness check, that it was something, more, and something was very wrong. The goal tonight is to just better understand the timeline of that morning and what it may tell us. And then after that, we'll scooch through, the rest of the timeline because we have some time because we're waiting on Michael to come over from Illinois. And at this rate, I might as well just go over there, drive, and grab him myself. If they paid me, I would. Actually, I don't even know if they wouldn't even probably have to pay me. Just give me some handcuffs and maybe one man that's pretty big that could help me out. Like that's as big as him. Hey, Chen. He's a big dude. So before we do jump in all the way, hit the like button if you guys don't mind. It really helps the stream. Subscribe if you're new and you want to, you want some continued coverage of this horrific case. I am not local to the area, but I do live about an hour and 15 minutes away, and I go up there pretty often, usually at least a couple times a week because that's where my doctors are. So that's where I go. But subscribe, like I said, if you guys don't mind, drop your questions in the chat as we go. I'll stop at every few minutes, and I'll try to read as many questions as I can. Oh, Chicago, Catherine said. Very cold and snowy. I love Chicago in the spring, summer. You have the nicest little beach there. I think it's the cutest. Me and Vincent haven't been in a while. Spring in Canada. Wow. More snow will come. Yeah, Tony. It's deceiving you. Hey, Tina. Hey, Mary. We will all live somewhere where it's always warm. Yeah, I know. My aunt and uncle moved to Florida. And I'm like, y'all, that's the best idea y'all ever had. I told him yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I'm ready to come visit. And you know what they'll say? Just let us know when to pick you up from the airport. We'll have your snacks here ready for you. And they know exactly what I like. So, hey, PKC. It's like going to my mom, it's like going to my mom and dad's. They treat me really good. So I told them I wanted to come visit. But what's next for Michael McKee? And I did have another clip, and I need to find it, of the chief of police. And it wasn't a clip that we've seen. It was like a new one. And I exit out of that stupid tab. So I'll find it if I can. If not, I'll find it and then I'll post it. And it wasn't this one because I looked. But we're just going to go through this and see what, is next, when he'll be in Ohio, all the things. So the man Columbus police believe is responsible for killing his ex-wife and her husband, and their Wyland Park home is in custody, and detectives feel confident they also have the murder weapon. So what comes next? Yeah, that dumbass kept the murder weapon. It's not like Michael had, a few hours and cops were right on his tail. You know what I mean? Unless he was paranoid and he thought people were following him, no one was following him. So why would you keep the murder weapon? I mean, other than it's already in your name, you already bought it. So there's that. mean, Brian Koberger, he bought his own murder weapon. Like, they're supposed to be smart. Michael McKee, a 39-year-old vascular surgeon, and that's vascular, like, I couldn't imagine. You have to be incredibly precise. Is charged with aggravated murder and aggravated burglary in connection with the December 30th deaths of Monique, 39, and Spencer, 37. McKee and Monique married in 2015 and divorced in 2017. But they were away from each other, but way before that. Around 10 a.m. on December 30th, Monique and Spencer were found dead inside their home. We know where they live. So Chief Elaine Bryant called the killings a targeted domestic violence attack. And the couple's 2 children were found inside the home, physically unharmed. Thank goodness. The Franklin County Coroner's Office autopsy reports for the couple are still pending. I don't know when they'll come out. I don't know if they'll come out like after trial or during trial. I mean, like, when they go to talk about them, or if they'll come out before then. But it doesn't matter. I mean, but I wouldn't mind to, read the autopsy report, but I mean, like the toxicology report, that doesn't really matter. I don't think that they had anything in their system. So, and it says courts also say police believe the killings were premeditated. Now, to premeditate these, I would think that you may have to cruise by the house a couple times, right? Get out, maybe. I don't know if I'd get out, but I would at least drive around it. I don't know if I'd have the nerve to get out, because if you get out of your car, let's say he got out and he walks up towards the house, what if one of them came out like of the door and saw him? I don't know if he would run that risk, but he might drive there and I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe he didn't know her address until that paperwork was sent from the mess up at the courthouse, where they messed up on the paperwork, the docket. They meant to put something in under another divorce, and they put it in under their divorce. So it looked like their case was getting reopened. So maybe at that time he saw her new address and her new name, perhaps. Or if he didn't, he could have just ran a background check on her. That probably would have popped up with her new name. I'm just wondering, why now? Why now? I mean, it's been 8-9 years, like that just seems so long. I mean, people can hold a grudge for a long time, but 9 years? I just feel like there's more to this, like something else. I think he was going through some more stuff in his head. I think he was going to lose his license. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on in his personal life, and he probably blamed her. He probably was jealous of her being happy. That's the only thing that I can think of. So it says that he will remain in Winnebago County, Illinois, until transportation to Ohio is finalized. Columbus police said interstate transports typically are handled by a third-party company. I've never really heard that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to, no. That's not true. I don't know about Columbus. Okay, so Columbus, I don't know about Franklin County, but maybe interstate transports are handled by third companies. Maybe they are, right? Because I'm thinking in Ohio. But I know that in Ohio, I've had friends that are correction officers that have went and picked up inmates from other facilities and brought them to their facility. But it says those transport companies have schedules and routes that must be coordinated, as well as multiple stops on each trip. Yeah, because you have to let them go to the bathroom, I guess, give them a little snacky snack. No, you just hold it till we get there. It's 7 hours. You could drive there to murder 2 people. We can drive back there for you to go to jail. That's what I mean. That's what I would say. Based on Illinois court records, McKee's transport to Ohio is likely to occur after January 19th. Okay, so maybe Monday. My 8's upside down for today. It's the 18th, if anyone needed to know. We're that much closer to spring, so. McKee's transport to Ohio is part of a legal process called extradition. When a person is arrested for a crime in another jurisdiction from where they are charged, either in state or in another state, the process allows the agency that's charged the defendant to come and get them. They go and they get them, cross state lines, or just there at the jail, give them the indictment. It don't matter where it is. They could give them the indictment for Ohio, wherever. Extradition hearings can be waived, as McKee did, because why fight extradition, right? And then people were like, why didn't he get a good lawyer if he's a doctor in Illinois? And why would he? Why would he waste his money on a lawyer that he's only going to see one time, maybe twice if he's there long enough, and then he's going to be on his way over here? You know, I mean, I would get a public defender. She's just going to say he's waiving extradition, he'll go. I mean, he could have even went pro se and said that. But he did it. So then extradition hearings can be waived. At those hearings, a judge would determine whether the warrant and supporting paperwork for the defendant are valid, and if so, set a deadline for their transport. Yep. In McKee's case, a judge has set a hearing for January 23rd to determine the status of transporting him to Ohio. That is, if he's not all the way already in Ohio, like already on his way. Whenever he is brought to Ohio, he will be brought to the Franklin County Jail. And I've heard it's bad. I've heard it's so bad. Now, the person I heard it was bad from, I don't know how they would really be a good judge because, you know, they'd never been in jail. It was like they went for a couple hours, but they said it was bad. He will then appear in Franklin County Common Pleas Court, where a judge will set a bond, which I'm sure they will set a no bond, because he likes to run and not get served and not go to court for other hearings. And so, yeah, she's going to hold that. You're not getting out on your own recognizance for this one. It's double murder, and they have actually 4 charges of murder and 1 burglary on him. He won't get a bond. McKee is also expected to enter a not guilty plea, which is standard procedure, so the attorneys in the case can review all the evidence. Well, McKee does not have an attorney listed as representing him in Ohio, and I'm wondering who he's going to pick. Like, let's see. If they, for top murder charge defense lawyers in Columbus, man, there's a lot. Wow, geez, there's a lot. James D. Owen, Terry Sherman, Sean Domney, Michael Cox, and then it says these are well-known firms, Luffman, Heck, and Associates. If I got somebody with the last name Heck, I don't know, I would just be laughing, I'm sorry. Bowen, Scranton, and Olson, and they focus on high-level murder cases. And so I mean, that would maybe. Okay, those are the 2 that are well-known. Yeah, I don't know their buddy, but you're going to have to pick one. You're going to have to find yourself one, and hope you save some money back for that. And also, you're probably going to be sued by, you could be sued by the person that you were supposed to train. And they left the catheter in somebody. Oh my God. We'll go over that paperwork on another live. So, the next steps in the investigation into the Tempe's deaths, Bryant said on January 14th that police will continue to review video evidence and follow up on leads in the case. So there may be more to come. And I'm sure there is, because 2 days before their arrest, she was on camera acting like they were like, yeah, just send us some video in and we need this and that. And like, I don't know. Like, I have a feeling she knew what was going to be happening in 2 days. So she has a good poker face. While Bryant said a preliminary link has been established between a firearm found in McKee's condo in Chicago and the homicide scene, additional confirmation will need to happen with that firearm. I wonder what else is going to need to happen. Speaking of which, okay, I'm just side skirting for a minute, like over to another case, but I can't think of his brother's names now. Oh wait. So there's another case. Okay, I'll talk to you about it then. I have a question about another case now because we had a case that involved ballistics, and it had 5 out of the 6 like markers that they needed for this gun to be like considered the weapon that like killed somebody. And I'm just wondering now if they figured that out, because that was a long time ago. That was Brooks Houck's trial, but it was his brother Nick. So I'm just wondering if Nick should, Nick should probably be in jail by now. Sorry, my brain went ADHD mode. So we're back on this. Okay. So they need to, additional confirmation. I'm not sure what they need to check for. Maybe they, I don't know, want to test it against another firearm. Maybe they haven't done that yet. Maybe they just tested it against the that firearm. Like they looked at that bullet casing that they got from the scene. They test fired this firearm that they found at McKee's condo, and they matched those 2 together. And maybe they want a third sample to test through, maybe that's the extra testing that they want to do. So detectives will file search warrants for information from electronic devices and platforms where the Tempes or McKee had accounts, analyzing that information when it's provided to them. Google is going to be there, I bet you. And probably other things too, like other different accounts, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. We'll see if he was watching the wedding tape over and over again, In addition, detectives will likely try to obtain cell phone location data and other technological information to support their case. He was probably, most likely, I bet you, driving a car with a navigation system in it. I can probably bet you that. He probably didn't think, oh, I just won't use it. So, hey, Jet. Hey, Aries. I thought, do we see citizens in here? Hey, citizen, if you're in here, Marcelo. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. So how are murder and aggravated murder different in Ohio law? And I know a lot of people asked about this, and I kind of went over it a little bit, but we're going to go over it again. So Ohio law separates homicide offenses into 6 primary charges, because we got to be freaking extra around here. Really? Aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, reckless homicide, and negligent homicide. The 2 most serious are aggravated murder and murder. Under Ohio law, murder is defined as purposefully causing a person's death or causing a person's death as a proximate result of or direct link to committing another crime, typically felonious assault. Okay. Murder has a mandatory sentence of life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years if there is a conviction. Ohio, you need to up them years. Really? 15 years? If you murder somebody in Ohio? Shame on you. Under Ohio law, there are several ways prosecutors can seek to prove aggravated murder. They include purposely causing a death with prior calculation and design, often called premeditation. Check. Purposely causing a death while committing another violent crime, such as kidnapping or aggravated burglary. Check. Purposely causing the death of a child under the age of 13. No, but I bet you those kids are going to feel like they're dead inside when, especially that 4-year-old, when you tell her that her parents are gone. I can't even imagine having to do that. But you affected kids under the age of 13. Being under detention and causing the death of another person while in custody or after escaping from custody. Purposefully causing the death of a law enforcement officer who is acting in their official capacity. Purposely causing the death of a first responder or military member who is known to be either and with the intent of killing a person in one of those groups. Okay. Ohio law allows judges to have sentencing options for aggravated murder. They include life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20, 25, or 30 years, life in prison with no possibility of parole, and in some specific circumstances, the death penalty. Now, see, I don't know if they'll go after the death penalty because of the certain fact that we're not really implementing it right now. So I don't know how a jury would feel about convicting someone of that. Does that make sense? Which I have a feeling he'll freaking plead out before we can get there, but we'll see. The death penalty can only be sought by prosecutors under certain guidelines outlined under Ohio law that include the killing of multiple people, assassinating a government official, and committing a murder for hire. Franklin County prosecutors have not sought the death penalty in any case since 2019. Well, maybe it's about time. Maybe it's about time we do that around here. Because when I pulled up like Ohio murders, there were a lot, like just recent murders. I'm like, damn. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of Ohio cases we could be covering. But it's kind of insanity. So I do have this. There's a preliminary investigation report. Let me see if I can. Okay. Let me put my glasses on. Let me go back over to the chat, see what y'all are up to over here. Hey, citizen, there she is. Oh, wait. I just put my finger right on that. Isn't that the worst? I bet you there are sometimes that I have like big marks on my glasses and y'all don't say a word. But thank you guys all for being here. I do appreciate it. You guys could be doing anything else on your Sunday evening, but you're hanging out with me. So I'm here to give you guys some information. Now, when we get to the CAD report, I'm going to go through it kind of like quickly, but not quickly. And I'm going to ask you guys about some of the codes because there are a ton of codes. And I was looking them up. Some of them came back like, okay, I can understand that. Some of them came back like, no, that doesn't sound right. So I don't know if the dispatch or if the audio that was being picked up was like being transcribed right, like correctly, or if it was kind of being transcribed a little off, because I'll type something in like Columbus code for 23 or like, let's say A3S, and it'll be like, no, but something that's like close to it, it'll be like, this could be it. Like, so I don't know, but when we get to there, I'll show you. Okay, I got this on the screen. Okay, let's go. So this has the case number, the subject, homicide, Columbus jurisdiction, and then it says entered on 12/30/2025 at 4:45 p.m. by David Harrington. And it says here reported on 10:17 a.m. Okay, we'll have to check about that. And then Columbus Division of Police, and then it's going to have the it says responded to a while being checked at this location, located 2 gunshot victims. And then it says here offense murder, and it has the IBR code 09A. Crime against a person, single family home, no bias, because it says hate or bias. Well, maybe we should just put not applicable for that one, you know? Domestic violence, no, you should probably put not applicable. Because, until you know. I mean, because my friend, it is. Hey, Boone. All you guys in the bushes out there. So then it says, this is for Spencer Tepe, and it is victim of murder, individual, gives the home address there. Gunshot victim injury. Just says his height is 6'2", weight 185, brown hair. He was the resident. Driver's license number is redacted, which we don't need to see that. And then it says circumstances, unknown circumstances. And then this is Monique Tepe, individual murder. Same address, of course. And then I thought that I read this before, that she was 6 foot, but I thought that I like read that wrong. I was like, no way. Because like 6 foot is like tall. She was just like, she was gorgeous and tall. Like, wow. I bet you she was already like, in pictures she was beautiful, but I bet in person she was just that much prettier. Date of birth. That's her birthday? I thought that's her name. I would have remembered that. I thought her birthday was something else. It says 10/14. It was 3 days. She's 3 days a year and 3 days younger than me. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. 39, brown hair, or brown eye colored, black hair. She's 6 foot, 150, and she was a resident, gunshot wound. And it does have her victim investigative case number. Unknown circumstances. And then next of kin, which I'm just going to kind of pass that because that's his dad. That's her mom. And then it says description, spent 9mm casings. Evidence including other seized property and tools. Count 3. And it says turned into property room. Oh, ammunition. There it is. 9mm caliber. So they've got the... If you had a silencer, I wonder how loud that would be. Like, would it be loud? I mean, because he would have... You would think... I mean, no, you probably wouldn't. I mean, you'd have to be like, you'd have to really plan this out, I guess. And I know he did, but he probably just didn't think about the casings being ejected, because they could be ejected anywhere. Like they could go like under the bed or, be ejected right beside you, easy to pick up. But I mean, either way, they would have got the bullet. So, but still, you would think that if you're using a silencer, you would be like, okay, I would have more time to pick up the casings. But I think he also used a silencer because his houses are so close together. And I think he didn't want to wake the kids also. And I also think he did it maybe because he didn't want to wake Monique up. I think maybe he went in there to kill Spencer first. Just my personal opinion. I know I hear that doggy out there barking. She don't like it when dogs bark outside. That's just what I think. Maybe. I just want to know how he got in there, too. I want to know how he got in there. I'm thinking he got in there through that front door, those Victorian-style doors, or maybe a window. But, I mean, I would think those would be locked pretty securely, especially in the wintertime, right? It's not like summer or spring and you shut the window, and you're like, oh, I'm going to open it later, probably need to shut it, right? It's winter. Like, hey, Ashley. I would think that, Yeah, she's 6 foot. Yeah. You think he hacked his way in? He could have, maybe. Yeah, the big basement window in the back. I wish we had those damn pictures still. I don't know if I got the one at the back. I did screenshot them, but not very good. I need to fix it. You know what I mean? So I don't know where. Like, I think it's off Zillow. I think it's off of Redfin. Yeah, see, this estimate isn't even there anymore. Let me go to, it says off market, but that's what it said before too. And then someone said it was on something, but I couldn't find it on there. Like Redfin is on, it's went down even more. The price, it's down to 683,521 now. It was at like 802 or 803 when they owned it. Like when we came, when it first, everything first happened. That's sad. I think it's just not as loud. I think it's more of like a boom, like boom sound. Like, I don't know. That's what it sounds like in the movies, but I don't, let's see if we can look it up really quick. Gun silencer sound. Oh, look, sound effect. Okay, maybe we can. Just don't scare us. Okay, pause. This is 19 seconds long, so I don't know. Okay. 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 So that's what it sounds like? Really? Just like. Has anyone ever shot a gun with a silencer? Because I never have. I've shot guns, but no silencers. None of my friends have silencers. I don't think they would anyway. So pretty low. Like, I mean, and the neighbors already said that the houses were pretty insulated. And the neighbor beside them, both of them had the same house that they had. You know, they all lived in similar homes. So, okay, wow. So this is the first CAD report that I could find. Sorry if my drink is noisy. So the first call or the first remarks on, from 911 was on 12:30 at 9:03:06. And it says, check on 36-year-old Spencer Tepe, male, white, 6'2", blonde hair. And then it says at 9:03:06, same time, caller is a business owner and is concerned that this employee didn't show up to work. He has been unable to reach him or his wife. And then they say 42A. Let me see. So a 1042A refers to a robbery alarm. So a 1042A, it says robbery alarm. Could the alarm have been going off at their house? I don't know. But that's weird. Knocked on the front and back door multiple times, no answer. Very weird. No, it hasn't. No, Crystal hasn't. Yeah, that thing was really low. Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I mean, it's a silencer for a reason. Sorry, underneath my leg is itching. And then it just gives location information. It doesn't give anything else on this one. Okay, so this one I went through and I was highlighting and doing all kinds of stuff. So I was trying to make it easier to see because some of these were like kind of weird. Some of the calls, if you see like SW Lancaster, those calls, I'm beginning to realize that they were going into a different call center. So there's a call center in Columbus, Ohio, And there's also a call center, like a 911 call center in Lancaster, Ohio. And so there's like stuff it'll say like duplicate event, and then it'll say end of duplicate event. And I think that's what it is them transferring those calls over to Franklin County or something to try to get everybody maybe on the same page over there. I'm not sure, but that's just what I'm thinking. So it just says caller from, and then it gives like a number, is here now and asking the police. Return caller can hear kids inside and stated he thought he heard one of them yelling. So this is at 9:57. So the last time that we hear anything is from the cop at 9:22. Knocked on the front and back door multiple times, no answer. Wrong house, but that's at 9:22. At 9:57, they're saying, hey, we got a caller here. He says he can hear kids. He thought he heard one of them yelling. So that means to me, because we had heard that, you know, maybe they had went up and got the kids, which they could have technically went up and still got the kids. But at this point, they had heard them yelling at least, right? So they were outside. The kids were inside. Now, were the kids locked into a room to where that's why the little girl was yelling? You know, because when we heard, like, I don't know, when I heard the 911 calls, I couldn't like hear any of the kids like that were up close until the end, or until that one phone call. And then they did sound like they were kind of closer. I don't know. And I did redact some stuff out of here too. So it says, incoming from earlier, checked on 36-year-old Spencer Tepe, male, white, 6'2", blonde hair. Caller is a business owner. Is concerned. I'm sorry that his employee didn't show up for work. He has been unable to reach him or his wife. And then this is where they have the duplicate event. And then it says here at 10 o'clock. So this is at 9:58. At 10 o'clock, another call from Pam saying her boss never showed up for work this morning and she thinks something is wrong and is en route. So this is another call. I think this was like her third time calling or something. She was like, I'm going to go there. So she's in Athens and she's like, someone covered the office. I'm going to see what's going on. Like, to me, these are some real good people, right? It's really sad they had to experience what they did when they got there. So then at 10:04:28, another call saying there's a body inside. And then at 10:04:34, they are transferring the caller to the Columbus Fire Department. They can hear a baby crying in the background. And then it says S3A copied. When I put that in, I don't think we knew. They didn't say what that was. Let me see. So, okay. Oh wait, that's in North Carolina. There is nothing that is for S3A within the Columbus Division of Police. But S3 refers to a type of special police officer in North Carolina. I wonder if it's the same up here. Like, I mean, a special police officer, you would need one. You know, for the kids, like, or did they call? I know that they like took the kids, I think, to the neighbors, but I wonder if they called family over from that there, or if the people that were there went over and, you know, I mean, I couldn't imagine. It's probably chaos. So it says, who is saying there's a body inside? And this is at 10:05. The caller is talking to Columbus Fire Department. I will get that info here in a minute. Caller is telling CFD he is laying next to the bed and there is blood laying next to him. And then, I just forgot to redact his name, but the caller is Alex. Said he has not been ill and he does not do drugs. And it says 37-year-old male. They corrected the age. And then 41A, and it says double. And I think that might be shooting. but let me see. Because I looked up so many. I looked up all these earlier, but I didn't get smart and put them beside them till later. So 41A is Columbus for Columbus. It's radio code for a robbery report. Not sure. 7A in the back door, and that meant that the back door was opened. And it says 3 males inside. So I'm just assuming they got the back door open somehow. Unless it was already opened a little bit, but I don't think so. I think they would have already went in. I don't think they would have been like calling the police as much. I think they would have been like, forget this, we're just going to go in. I think it was shut and they either knew the code or they got it open somehow, right? Because he said, do I need to get in there? Do I need to break in? So. And then I don't know what this means. The three, we already looked up the S3A and the L4A. It doesn't say. It's kind of rhymed. And then this it says pronounced. This is pronounced at 10:11 for both, it says. Contacting homicide at 10:12. And then it says 41A-43 casings found, and 43 was been a shooting. At least 143, so at least one shooting. And then status change via tracker audio arrive. I don't know what that means. I didn't mean to highlight it. There are 29s inside, and that refers to juveniles. Like, so neighbors are taking the 29s next door. Now the MS-06-TDU channel 4, I think this is for them to go over to channel 4 to not be like heard. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But they will do that a lot of times. Cops will go on a channel that nobody's on so that they can, not be heard by things. They used to do that anyway. So 41A, we looked at it right. Yeah, 41A is the robbery code. It says 1 male shot multiple times, female at least once through the chest. TDU2 contacted by phone will be marking on, I think that means chart. And then it says TDFY. And this says need more cars to hold witnesses. So I don't know how many officers were there at that point. If it was just 1, 2, I don't know. I know that they were just sending one over for the wellness check. The guy whistling and just singing. He was just having a day of his life. I've never heard anybody on a body cam like that, which is fine. I mean, have that day, but go to the right house. So it says in the alley, IRO, I'm checking garage, and it says unable to check garage / secured. So to me, that is means that the front, or that, the door that goes up to the white door to drive your cars into, that's secured. Because he wouldn't be able to get into the others. He wouldn't be on the other side to get into that door, but he could have jumped the fence. And then it says 43A, holding the scene in the alley. Let me see what 43A is. Shots fired. That's a radio code that means shots fired. 43A. Okay. I guess, they might not have known. You should be able to tell by the blood, but maybe they didn't know if, the person was still in the area. It says 1 witness in cruiser, 1 witness in cruiser. Change location to 1415 North 4th with children. I don't know what that means. Why would you change the location? They live at 1411. Where? It's 4. Let's see if it's even like a place. It's not even a place. Right. 14, 15. It's showing me the same area that their house is in. So it must be like the house next door or something. Maybe they just didn't know where they were at. I don't know. That's really weird. Yeah, like the neighbors. I would be like, don't be putting my address up in there. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I mean, I would be scared. I'm like super thirsty tonight. Okay, so you changed it to the wrong address, but okay. And this is 34A 222s. Okay, so I think that is the one that means animal. But I don't know why there's two. Animal complaint. Let me see. Or, well, a 1022 means disregard. So I bet you maybe disregard the change location. Has the guard log. So I looked that up, and that's just the log that they keep, their notes and stuff in. And this is witness and cruiser again. This is at 10:36 a.m. So at 10:40, Spencer's dad and mom are en route to this, arriving in a gray pickup truck over 2 hours away. Dad is, I did not redact his name, but I redacted hers. Tim. Okay. So we go down to 10:43 because it just says aired additional at 10:42, but 10:43, they're getting additional units, I guess. Media on scene. They're fast. And then there's more codes like 9031. I don't know what 9031D is. Based on common police radio codes, specifically referenced in audio feeds for the area. 9031D, often heard as 1031D in the Columbus Division. Context refers to dead on arrival. What is it? Yeah, right. 9031D. Yeah. Okay. And then 43A. I'm just trying to help everybody out. So we know what the codes mean. This is like a lot. 43A stands for shots fired. So maybe they were assuming. Oh yeah, Tina, I love them people that listen to scanners. I love the country folk that listen to scanners that just sit there in their houses out in the boonies because they have nothing out there. Like I'm from the country and there is usually nothing out there that they get like 3 stations on the television, but they've got the scanner and that scanner will give you a good time. I mean, that scanner could be a good time. It really can. Like, you mean it'll like at least be like, oh my gosh, that's a story to tell. So this is crazy. Okay. So 42A, let's see what that says. That was 43. 42 is, okay, the robbery alarm. Okay. I'm wondering if alarm was going off. If they had to break into the house and if there was an alarm going off. I don't know though. And then mobile command bus. Mobile command bus is there and they parked at 8th and 4th. They need cars at 4th and 7th. They need cruisers from other zones. Mobile command bus operations, I guess, OP. And this is at 10:48. Change location to 8th and 4th. We'll go to 4th and 7th. Change location to 4th and 7th. Need a car and 8th and 5th. No WB. I don't know. No WB. I don't know what that means. And then 632X marked up for mobile command bus operator. 9100D will go to 8th and 5th. 91D, change location. 9041D, I don't know what that means. And they're just going to 4th and 7th. Media can stage at 4th and 8th. I mean, that's nice of them. Just be on the other side of the road, I guess, they said. The D. Warner case. No, I haven't. I'll have to write it down. I'll type it up. I mean, I would love to listen to that kind of stuff. The scanners are awesome. Especially if you live in a small town. It's like reading the newspaper on Saturday and seeing who went to jail over the weekend, or like, you know what I mean, who got arrested. Like, really, I use guilty as charged. I used to look at it every week. Guilty. I did too. I was so bad about that because I lived in a small town. What do you expect? So I'm not sure what alarm timer extended means, unless, I don't know, unless maybe something was going off in the house and they were trying to get the time to be extended and they couldn't. I don't know what it means though. But it says change location to Hamlet and 8th, and Hamlet is the road. Okay, so if you're standing right in front of the Tepe's house, they have that. They have their garage with that alleyway, right? So there's a road past that, and that's Hamlet. So they were just parking a road over. So it says they're just blocking the alley. So change locations. Change locations again. This is, C43As, that's the shootings in the area on 12/25/25. Okay. Well, that's kind of blurry. To the units here, tear the tape down the scene, leave one in the rear. And that's at 12:30. Okay. So to me, maybe he entered through the back because they still want to leave crime scene tape up in the back. I don't know. I'm still thinking that French door would be the best option if you're going to break into that home. But at the same time, it's like right there in the front, right? And that road is busy. It's like 4 lanes. It's one way. The drivers are always going to be able to look over. It's just, and he's such a big guy. But I know that it would be the easiest to break into. I wish we could see those windows. I need to look at those windows. Like the basement type windows. Because you can see them from outside. Like they're not like, I don't think the fence is covering that. And also that brings me to another thing too. They said that there's rumors that neighbors saw him in the area before this happens. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps, but I've been in that area on multiple occasions now, and I've only seen like one girl, and that girl was not going to be telling anybody about me because she would not want to be talking to the cops. And I could just, the way she looked at me, and she was like, "Don't even look at me." I'm like, "I won't look at you if you don't look at me." One of those things. No, she just seemed like she was just in her business. You know what I mean? Like she would not want to be in anyone else's business. So I think that he could have been on steroids. Yeah, I think steroids is more of an option than alcohol, than him being like an alcoholic. I mean, he could be. But to me, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought steroids, more people would like him. He'd be more attractive. No. It didn't work out for you, buddy. Didn't work out for you. So then they had the mobile sub is here to break down the scene and enter and wait, the scene back, enter to sub 1. Okay, and they changed the location. Mobile sub is out of service and back at 1 sub. Okay. And then I guess that's where they parked it, but that's where their house is. And then you see Hamlet and then Summit. Oh, I'm so good. I remembered the roads. It's been a while since I've been down there, like years, probably like 10, 15 years, 20 years. Well, not, I'm only 40, 15 years. I'm like, I'm only 40, for gosh sakes. Okay, so I heard somebody, who was that? It was on like Law and Crime or Court TV or someone somewhere, one of those stations. They were talking about if you were to go to Columbus to his house, that there are tolls on the highway, and there are. Let me see if I can take the options off. Okay, let's close this out. Now, if you go to this tab and you go from 2100 North Lincoln Park, that's where he lives, 12D, Chicago, Illinois, to 1411 North 4th Street in Columbus, that's where the Tempes lived. It says right here, this route has tolls. And you're probably sitting there like, oh, well, that sucks, right? I'm going to get caught by a toll, which he could have got caught by a toll. He probably did. Because he probably doesn't know about the Google Maps. But if you go on Google Maps and you go to options here, it says avoid, and you go to tolls and you close, this is all that's there. Look, no more tolls. Your destination is in a different time zone. Well, that's fine. We knew that anyway. Chicago's an hour behind us. So it took the tolls off. So I'm like, oh, great. Awesome. That's good to know. Okay. So we watched this interview the other day, and I didn't realize that there was an extended version of this interview. I don't know how long the interview was that we watched exactly, but it was about Monique, and it was one of her friends. And it was just nice to hear, just from someone that knew Monique and knew them both, but knew Monique as well. So I didn't realize there was an extended version. So I'm going to play it for you guys because I thought it would be a good idea to listen to the whole thing because, I don't want to give you just half of it. Alrighty. So she's talking to 10 News WBNS. I'm not sure who this lady is, but I used to watch 10 TV growing up. I think I've said that every live we've done, but I did. And we'll just listen to what they have to say. And I'll probably pause it here and there too. But I'm going to let her talk because I hate interrupting someone when they're so upset and they're like crying,
About Monique and what was she like?
Beautiful. She was so wonderful. We just saw them on Christmas, and the last thing she said to me 3 weeks ago, and we were at Spencer and Maddie's parents, and she was like, Gina, don't go, spend the night. We need to talk all night. Let's hang out all night. Let's have drinks. Let's, just talk and be together. And she was just so sweet. And she was like that to everybody. And she's just, there wasn't enough words in the world to describe how beautiful and kind she was.
When I see their wedding video, I just see how beautiful they are together. And I think you can see the love that they share. What were they like in person as someone who never got the chance to meet them?
I never saw them fight, never saw them argue. We lived in Columbus for a while, so we would hang out with them quite a bit. And he would lay down the word, like he would do anything for her. If she didn't feel good, he would, take care of it. If she wanted to leave, he would go. They were just phenomenal. And and like a big, and I hate like even saying this, but I think she felt so blessed to, after what she had been through in her previous relationship, I think she just felt like she was the luckiest person in the world.
Did she talk to you about her marriage to Michael McKee?
Yes. Yes.
Do you mind sharing what she told you?
Yeah, and there not recently, not the first few times I saw her, but at the beginning, she never called it. I didn't even know his name. She never said Michael. She said my ex. She said he was bad. She said abusive. I don't think she ever said physically. I don't know, but I do know she would say quite a bit, very verbally, mentally abusive. And I don't think I ever got the impression that she was afraid of him. I got the impression that she hated him and that she knew things were bad there. And I don't think it ever fully left her mind, which I don't like to say that. And but yeah, I don't think she ever thought that he was, I don't think I don't, that sounds bad. I don't think anyone thought that this was going to happen. I also don't think that she ever thought he would leave her alone for the rest of her life.
So I think a big question that a lot of people have is they divorced in 2017. It's been a long time. Had he been contacting her or following her in Columbus since then that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, and not that most people that I've talked to are aware of.
Oops. Are we kidding? Let me pull it back up. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see if it'll pull back up if it's under my... How do you do that? Where's my history? Okay, there it is. Sorry about that, guys. I meant to pause it because I was going to say something, and then I exited out of it. Now I don't know what I was going to say. But I'm just going to go back like 10 seconds.
Columbus since then that you're aware of?
Oh, wait. Maybe we need to go back a little more.
I thought that this was going to happen. I also don't think that she ever thought he would leave her alone for the rest of her life.
So I think a big question that a lot of people have is they divorced in 2017. It's been a long time. Had he been contacting her or following her in Columbus since then that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, and not that most people that I've talked to are aware of. But he was that he's just that sneaky kind of sociopathic smart that I had heard a few rumors. I'm not sure I should say exactly what, but things that he had said to people surrounding her. But I hadn't heard any definite things of, he was actually anything definite, I should say. Yes.
So what was he saying to people that knew her or something? It sounded like she was saying, he was mentioning her name to people that that knew them both. Okay. That was a little word salad. So let's go back, break down her word salad a little.
Aware of, but he was that he's just that sneaky.
She is disgusted when she says sneaky right there. She is just as sneaky. She is just as disgusted, I feel like, as Monique would have been. If she was here, you know what I mean? To give the face. So she knows things. This lady knows things.
Kind of sociopathic smart that I had heard a few rumors. I'm not sure I should say exactly what, but things that he had said to people surrounding her.
Sociopathic smart, things that he would say to other people surrounding her. It was probably saying things, but not directly saying things,
But I hadn't heard any definite things of, he was actually anything definite, I should say. Yes.
Do you have any idea why now, after all of these years, that he's accused of doing this heinous act?
Sorry. I think it's just because everything that everything you see the wedding video, everything that people see is who they really were. And they were so perfect and they were so wonderful. And I think he couldn't live with it. I think he could not fathom her happiness. And she was so happy. Her kids were just playing with my kids and everything was perfect and wonderful. And you don't like to say perfect because nobody's perfect, but like to the naked eye, they were.
When you first heard what had happened, what did you think?
So my brother Rob had called my mom screaming, like inconsolably screaming. And then my mom called me right away inconsolably screaming. And then I called Rob inconsolably. So all three of us are just screaming. And the first thing my mom said to me was, Spencer and Monique are dead. And I said, no, they're not dead. We saw them 4 days ago. They're not dead. We just saw them. How could they be dead? And she was like, no, Gina, they're dead. So my first thought was like, oh my God, they got in a car crash. And then my mom, it was before like anybody, it was before, anyone was even there. So then my mom was like, I don't know, your brother doesn't know, but it looks like murder. And I think the initial shock, I didn't think anything. And then I kind of sat with it for like 15, 20 minutes. And in my head, I'm like replaying every conversation. And within 15 minutes, I was like, oh my God, the ex.
So were you surprised when Columbus police arrested him?
No. I was like, thank God. We kind of knew it was coming sooner rather than later. And the police had been very tight-lipped, I will say. They'd been very tight-lipped, even with the family. We didn't know much. So we only knew about an hour or two before it actually happened that it was going to happen. And when Rob called me, he was just ecstatic. He's like, it's happening soon. And we were actually driving down to Columbus for the services when I got that call, and it was just like an overwhelming wave of emotion that they got him and they got the right guy.
How were the services? I can't imagine how difficult it'd be to later arrest two of your good friends.
We had a reception the first night at Tartan Fields, which was beautiful, and it was small, which was nice. There was only maybe 100 people. And we were able to laugh and share funny stories because we all have funny stories. But the funeral itself was like, I think I'll live my whole life and never, ever, ever get over what it looks like to see two caskets right by each other. Knowing who's in there.
Okay, well, that answers our question. If they were buried or if they were cremated, I guess they were closed casket funerals. That's really sad.
Surreal.
The kind of grief that like you don't think you'll ever face, and you don't face, and that they were just both there, and they were both, and their parents, and each set of family was on either side. And
that's sad.
How were their kids?
That's sad to see too, right? Because the families are like that when you get married, right? One family on each side, and then you guys all come together at your wedding. It's like a union, and it's like a thing. I don't know. And it's just sad to see like one set of parents on this side, one set of parents on that side. That's just sad for me. So
it's doing. I think a lot of people, their biggest concern when they heard what had happened is thankful that the kids weren't hurt, but deeply concerned that this happened when they were in the house.
As far as I know, okay, emotionally okay. They're very young, and we are thankful they're very young. she's funny. She's like she's her mom. She's like firecracker. She's kind of bossy, but she's sweet. And they are going to be in the care of an amazing family who will love them like their own forever and ever, ever. So as horrible as it is for them.
So it sounds almost like she knows who's going to get the kids, right? Almost sounds like that.
They are fortunate that they are going to be with some amazing people that will love them forever.
If a lot has come out about Spencer and Monique and, you know, what they did for a living and that they were loving people, but is there something that you think people should know that you haven't heard a lot of people talk about them?
I would say just how funny they were. They were so like, and Spencer just did the funniest things. Like there's just so many stories. Like, I don't know where to begin, but just, I mean, he was funny, but the things that he did and said and how kind he was. I remember it was like a holiday weekend. Excuse me. It was like Saturday of a holiday weekend. And I had like a problem with one of my teeth. And of course, all the dentists are closed. And so I just texted him. I'm like, hey, Spence, sorry to bother you. Within probably 30 seconds, he walks out of a bar and FaceTimes me immediately. And he was like, hey, sis, let's talk about those teeth. And he walked me through every single thing. Like, he was called Sis. Maddie, my sister-in-law, was always Sis, but then there were a lot of us that were Sis to him. But he was out, with friends having a good time in the short north, and he was able to like put on his dentist cap, and just kind of, tell me what was going on with my teeth, and he was right. And that was like one of my favorite Spencer stories. But no, he was just so good. And they were nervous when they were pregnant with the first one, so they would come over and practice with my kids sometimes, and it was just so cute. And they had no reason to be nervous. They were amazing.
How thankful are you that you got that last night with them? There's no words. There's no words. I just wish we could stay longer with them. A Monique story that's funny. She was a really good baker. And she had baked this pot of this big pan of tiramisu. And my husband's Italian. And Monique and I are like shoveling it in our faces, like bowl after bowl. We're just like crushing it. And I was like, Monique, I'm going to take a bowl of tiramisu to Dominic. And she was like, oh, Gina, no, don't do that. I said, why? She goes, a real Italian can't have this. He'll think it's terrible. He'll think I'm a terrible baker. Like, Monique, stop it. Like, she was just funny. And I took to him and he was like, this is delicious. Like, I wish my wife would bake me an Italian dessert. But that's just, she was funny too. And she was funny in a different way than Spencer. Spencer was funny in like the class clown, the like silly guy. And she was funny in just the like kind of always on it. Like always, hey, don't give it to him. He's Italian. But yes, but that was a wonderful, wonderful evening. I had read somewhere that as much as she loved being a mom, she didn't love being pregnant. Is that true?
No. It wasn't yeah. It's okay. She was not, she wasn't closed off about that. But yes, and they were done. That was the end. They were not going to have more babies. They had their 2 babies and they had their 3rd baby, Larry, who is in the very good care of Rob and Maddie. And Larry is
their golden doodle.
Oh yes, the black golden doodle. And he was at the funeral and he was the emotional support dog, which was very cool.
That's very sweet. Will you be following along with the court process?
As much as I can. I've been on the social media groups a little bit. I've had to take a lot of breaks. I'm sure everyone's aware, like there was a long time where people were kind of suspecting Rob, which was so ridiculous. And then they were suspecting one of our other friends. And then they were suspecting the dentist. And so the reason I say it's hard to follow along is because there are still people out there that are like, I don't think this was the guy. I don't think it was him. when all of us who knew them, every single one of us knew that this was the guy. And I wish I could tell that to every single person that is saying no. It's yes. If you knew Monique, you knew this was what happened to her. So I will follow along as best I can. I don't really want to know. I don't want to know the bad details. I don't want to know. I don't want to remember how they went. I want to remember who they are now, or who they were to me, and who they were to all of us. Not how they left us. So I do, but I will say I do hope this person, I don't even like to say something, I hope he doesn't see the light of day again.
Anything
we're gonna
else
make
you want
sure
to share
that.
with us about Monique, what she was?
I mean, if he doesn't plead out, like he's a coward, you know. But I really don't want their families to have to go through that either, right? But I'll be there. I'll be there if there is a trial.
Like as a friend?
She was just kind, and she was always asking about you. Like, she was asking about your life, what's going on with you, how are you doing. She was one of those people that genuinely, like, when I'm with my friends, I'm kind of all over the place. She was one of those people that could, like, just make eye contact with you and make you feel like you were her, her friend, her close friend, no matter who it was. And she was also like, and I'm like this too, but she, in a good way, she was a hugger and a toucher. And when you were talking with her, you were close, and she would touch, like, touch your shoulder. But what happened to her, and it's just, she was way too good, or everyone in the world is too good for that. But I will say, I think that her reward for the hell that she lived for years was Spencer. And she knew that. She knew every day that was the reward.
Are you kind of surprised at the national attention that has been given to your friends' deaths? Yes.
I would say mostly because, like I said, like, we knew before the media was even there. We probably knew an hour before the media was there, and so I was, like, refreshing the apps, seeing what was going on, if it had been caught up yet. And when it started to happen, it was obviously, like, everyone was playing it out like you would think, like, oh, this could be a murder suicide, and then, like, 2 bodies. And so I think we absolutely expected that first night, the local, of course. When the national media picked it up, I personally, and I think a lot of people, were shocked beyond belief how quickly it became a big story. And then even more so, like, you can't even get on Facebook without seeing their faces, which is good. I mean, it's hard. I don't love that, but it's good that most people have been very kind and have said kind things. But yeah, it's crazy how much it blew up and how fast.
Yeah, we started covering it. Let me see. I'm little again. I was looking to see when we started covering it. Thank you, Kelly Davis, for the $2 super sticker. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Welcome in. Yeah, he's a coward, but he's also pathological, egotistical, rageful psychopath who will sadly torture this family like BK and then take a plea. Oh yeah, Tina, I have a feeling. That's what happened with old Chad Doerman too. Because I was going to go down for his trial because it was about an hour and 15 minutes. He lived, like, a different direction, and I was like, I'll go down for that. And it was like he lived out in, like, middle of nowhere. But we started covering this case on January the 2nd. I don't know if I may have said something about it on January 1st, but I don't know. But we did 2 lives on January 2nd. Look at us go. And yeah, we've been covering it since the 2nd. And then I do have a video coming out tomorrow. It's scheduled at 2:35. It's just the Big Brothers video that Spencer was in. I don't know if you guys were here for the live or not, but I wanted to put it out on video so that way you guys could see it. And the only other thing I think that I have is, let me see here. I was going to see if there's anything in this article, but I don't think there is. Nope. I thought it was going to give us what they thought was the motive. I mean, I don't know what his motive would be other than he just just downright jealous. I mean, jealousy, rage. Maybe he was going to lose his license, and maybe he comes up on Monique's. Somehow maybe he sees the wedding video on YouTube, or he sees like these pictures. I mean, look at this picture. It's beautiful. They just walked out into the middle of the road and took a picture, and it turned out gold. Then you got this picture of him. Not gold. Now we got a new picture of him, and he looks even more pissed than the first one. Bro, at least you have your glasses right now. They're going to take them from you when you go to prison and give you the prison glasses. And you're not going to be able to see out of those spectacles. So you might as well enjoy at least the gift of sight while you have it. Because in jail, they're going to look real bad with those big glasses they give you. Don't they, pretend judge? They remind me of a lot of my friends. They really do. Like even going into the celebration of life and seeing the people there, it really reminded me of like just, people that I would know or would have met, like working in Columbus, or because I used to work in Columbus, actually a few different places. When they said the Short North, it's kind of funny because there's a picture of them at a bar, and I was going to say, I think this is a bar in the Short North that I really like, but I didn't want to say that because I was like, no, you don't know for sure. But I think now that they said that, I'm thinking it is. So he is the devil. I mean, right now he's innocent until proven guilty, but they do have the gun. They're saying they have the gun and the casings go to that gun. So that's not a good look for him. That's just not. And hopefully everybody has tomorrow off if you have to work. It is, I keep saying President's Day. It's Martin Luther King Day. President's Day. Come on now. And if anybody has any questions for me, let me know. Yeah, if I can't have you, nobody can. Yeah. But 8 years? There's some people that I thought I was in love with. Like I remember right before my car accident, I was dating a guy and I thought I was in love. I really did. I thought I was in love. I thought I really did. And I probably would have been like done anything for him. But then I got in a car accident, and then he got married 6 weeks after my accident. And that was a blessing, thank God. But I never would have killed. And then about I would say I was over that in about a month. You know what I mean? It was like, it broke my heart, my little heart, because I was a lot younger back then. Broke my little heart, but this just made me laugh. And my mom could tell me that that's not the one. I think she just had good intuition. I think she saw him and was like, nope. But I think it was just too late. Do you know what I mean? I think they had just gotten married. I can't even remember some of my exes clearly. Yeah, I remember this one. I don't even remember. I remember it was like his name, but if you told me to pick him out, I mean, I'd be able to pick them out. But like, maybe I would. I don't know. That accident I hit my head in that accident. It was probably a good thing. Well, thanks for being here, Pretend Judge. I really respect yours and appreciate it. I guess I could take him off of here. But yeah, oh man, I dated a loser. My mom told me he was a loser. She's like, Tanya, you know better. But Mom, what do you mean? What do you mean, Mom? And then I met Vincent and I realized what a real man is like. A real man, the only man. You know, next month, just going to put this out there. No, I don't want you guys to get me anything, but I'm just putting this out there just because I'm bragging. Vincent and I will be together for 10 years, a whole decade together. I'm like, no, everyone go buy me something. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have me a little fake wedding and everything. So best 10 years of my life. Yeah, I hope everyone's been getting sick. Ladybug, she should be okay. I thought she maybe just fell asleep. Oh God, I should have listened to my mama. I mean, I should have. I can't even explain it. I don't know why I didn't listen to her. I always listened to my mom. I always did. That was the one thing we could not agree on. And I would just wish she could be around. No, we're not married. He's put enough rings on it though. No, not married. Not even, well, I don't know if we will. It's like I don't know. It's just my insurance is good. As much as I love him, I don't want to put him through that. He has a good job. I mean, he works at a hospital even, but like my surgeries and stuff are just so much. And yeah, and we don't need that paper. I don't think we do. You know, I think we're good at where we're at. Plus, yeah, that paper does change a lot. But it also changes. All of his stuff definitely becomes mine. Half of mine. Yeah, half. Right now it's actually all mine. So never mind. Let's just keep it the way it is. I'm just kidding. No, it's, you know, it is very complicated. It's like, man, oh, I would do it right now. If I didn't need my health insurance, let's go. Who can officiate? Like I really would. I would go grab him and drag him in here like a cave woman style, because he wouldn't want to be on camera. Not that he wouldn't want to marry me, just he hates the camera. And I'd be like, we're doing it. My parents got married. My dad called my mom on a Friday. I was like 8 years old, and he was like, hey, can you get Monday off? And my mom was like, hey, can I have Monday off? And her manager was like one of her best friends. She's like, yeah, why? Like, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. Let me ask. And she asked my dad. My dad was like, we're going to go to the courthouse and we're going to get married. And then my dad had snuck her parents up, which she didn't know, which was really nice. So it was very small. It was just us. I know, right? But we still consider common law. We're still, he doesn't know that. Yeah, no, we should be considered common law. 10 years. Yeah. I mean, even my cat likes him more than me. Like, I mean, you know, for 23 years and you're not legally married. You know what? I think that if you're together with somebody and you have been together with that person for a long time, and you wear a ring, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying you're married, even if you're not. I mean, the only thing you're lacking is going to the courthouse and having a judge sign a paper. And having him ask you, have you been married before? Nope. Okay, sign here. Have you been married before? Nope. Okay, sign here. Like, I don't know. Oh, we're moving to Missouri then. Oh, Missouri doesn't? Well, I'm just gonna stay in here. I'm gonna stay here in Ohio. I wonder if California does. Huh. That's longer than most marriages. Yeah, it is. And I'm not going anywhere, and he is not going anywhere. I'll block the door like this. I'll block it. That would work too, because he would never like put his arm on me to move it. Do you know what I mean? Like he would just never like do that. Well, man. Well, I'm gonna have to I'll find me a state that does. So I'll find me a state that does. I'm gonna look it up. California does. Probably not. No, I didn't think they did. You must have a license and ceremony. So you mean to tell me you can't just go down and get your license? I'm learning this for the first time. You literally have to have some. Okay, hold on. I'm just going, and my mind's gonna be blown right now if I never knew this. When you go to when you go down to get your marriage license, you're legally married, right? You just have the person officiate your wedding to have them officiate it, right? Like, because you want to have a wedding, or do you have to have both? Because I think I'm this year's old now that I'm learning this. So you're considered married, but do you have to have a ceremony, or are you just considered married? No ceremony needed. So they make it official. Damn. I was 40 years old when I found that out. And 6 divorces. And one now back on track. I don't care either way, Ashley said. Well, Boo's lucky to have you. Wow. No ceremony needed. I'm confused. I don't know if we need to have a ceremony here or not. But this over here in California, they said you have to have a license and ceremony. Hold on. California will recognize a common law marriage if it was created in a state that permits them. Oh, okay. So we just got to move to another state for a little while that has it, and then move to California. And thanks, pretend judge. I really am 40. This October I was. Ugh. I don't act like it, and I don't want to be. I think I'm allowed to say I'm 30. I'm going to say, I don't know why everyone always used 29 as the age. I don't think I want to do 29. I didn't like 29. Maybe I did. Let's do 30. Yeah, California wouldn't, because, they'd be greedy like that over there. But I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for talking to me at the end of the live. I appreciate it. I am going to do some. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, I have extensions, so tell your hairdresser this isn't all me. It's about 7 wefts, and then the rest is me. Well, I was going to tell you guys is I'm going to do, so I think on my other channel, Unfiltered with Tanya, where we get a little unfiltered, the spicy side. This isn't real spicy, but it's going to be fun for you and me. It's going to be fun for all of us. Yeah, it might not be fun for you, but I need to do it. So I'm going to go around my house, because everybody is doing this thing where they're like reorganizing their houses. Like they're like pitching things that are like, they no longer need for the new year. I know I'm a little late. We're already 18 days into the new year, and I haven't started yet. So I figured, why not do a live? And while I'm like doing these things, like getting rid of stuff or donating it or whatever, I can just hang out and talk to you guys. And then if I have anything good, we'll give it away as giveaways, because I have some stuff that is like brand new that I won't use. I know I won't use it. So we need to put all that stuff in like a little giveaway thing. I thought about getting these little baskets from Target. They're like literally like a shopping basket and they're this big. And then putting like a little gift set and like putting a gift set together or something for one of you guys. Oh, thanks. Well, shoot, I bet your hair is very pretty. I wish I did have long. Actually, my hair was longer than this, or about this length, before I went to a bad hairdresser, and they dyed it wrong. They dyed it. I should have never had her dye it. My sister-in-law does hair, so you think I'd get extensions done by her, you know, for free, or like maybe a fair price? No, I gotta go to the salon. I ask her all the time, can you do my hair? Can you do it? This is what I got. This is what I need. Can you show Vincent? Vincent can learn. I have a willing participant, willing to learn. I'm going to get baby girl, actually. I'm going to get her on a FaceTime call and have her teach Vincent how to do it. She knows how to do them. Maga Mama, if you ever go get extensions, you'll never live without them. Someone told me though that they would be life-changing, and they were not lying. They were not. It's too expensive though. It's so expensive. I really need to learn how to do this. All you do is you put the bead on, and then you put there's like a little hook, and you sew it. It looks like I couldn't do it, because I can't do nothing with my hair, hardly. I could curl it, that's about it. But Vincent's good at that. He's good at everything. Yeah, mine was getting thin, my mom, and mine was getting really thinned. But mine could be also genetics, because my mom had thin hair. Dang it, Mom. Just kidding. But thanks for talking to me. I'll be back on. I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to start tomorrow and do a live, and start just going through and getting rid of stuff. Y'all are going to laugh at me. I have Bath and Body Works stuff underneath my sink from when Bath and Body Works body spray was $14. It's like $17.99 now. I have it from when it was 14, when it was 16. I have scents that are so retired that they've probably came back out of retirement. I have a scent that's warm vanilla sugar that should be brown. It's in a purple bottle. It's going to be fun. It'll be a good time. And we'll talk about extensions. We can talk about whatever. Also, there is a girl on this app. She might be on TikTok too. She's got one eyeball, like me, right? And she gets millions of views. And all this girl does is, I have it. Okay, let me show you. I have one on my cart. It's not gross. Nothing gross. Okay. All she does is she takes this little squeegee thing and she puts it in her eye, and she takes her eyeball out, and then she puts in a cool looking one, a cool looking prosthetic. And I saw her, I couldn't even hardly watch it myself. I have one eye. I was squeaming, but some people like that. And she had 187,000 likes or something like that on this video. I could do that. Just got to figure out where she's getting her prosthetics from. Temu or something? I'm just kidding. I would never put a Temu prosthetic in my eye. That's the only thing. See, I'm going to have to ask her, where are you getting them, girl? Because I just don't know. Yeah, the Fun Eyes, I bet you probably. She's young. She's cute. I'm too scared. See, I can get it out. I just can't get it back in. I have a video on my page. It's a short, and it's of me with sunglasses on in California inside at the hotel, freaking out because I couldn't get my eye back in. And Vincent was up with his mom visiting, and I was like, can you come back down and put my eye in for me? I have a problem with getting it in. But she said, I heard her say that she likes them thinner because then there's more movement. I didn't know that. So now I want mine thinner. I might have to have a surgery. I don't know, but we'll see. But I want mine to be thinner now. I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know we could be doing all that, right? But she seems really cool. So if anyone knows her, say, hey, we have a friend over here. Her name's Titanium Built. She got one eye too. I can't do eyes either. Cause, ooh, ugh. And it's me. It's my, it's me. It's my eye. Like, so it's not bad. It's not bad to take it out. It's actually refreshing for about 2 seconds, literally just only 2. After 2 seconds, I'm like, put it back in. I feel like I'm missing something. There's something, the wind or something. I don't know. The air. Ugh. Oh, it's this one. They did a really good job. I can't complain. Someone else said that today, that they did a really good job on my face. And thanks for saying that, because they really did. They really did. They did such a good job. Oh, you'll have to see the lotions or the sprays I've got. I'm like, I bet you they're 20 years worth, 25 years worth of sprays from my sister-in-law. Just be me now. Eyes are sensitive. MAGA mama, couldn't even imagine. See, which is what's great about me and my eye is I didn't know, right? Like I wasn't aware until like, I want to think they put the star on me and I still had my eye in when I first woke up. I was in the hospital and I like woke up and I was like, oh, there's my brother, like for like 2 seconds I was up. I was awake. Like literally, I don't remember anything after that. And so then they took me back and they removed it. So it was kind of there and then it was kind of just gone. Like I didn't have to feel the pain of losing it, like that emotional pain I did, in that part of your body, but not the, not the physical. Would people really do that? I should, Casey. I'll have to show them to you guys tomorrow. I have like a whole thing. I've got probably like at least six things of them. I'm like, what is going on here? What is life? But thank you guys for being here. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll either do if there's something going on with this case, if we see, Michael come back over the state lines, then we'll stream that. Or if they do a press conference or something like that, we'll do that. If not, maybe we'll stream, we'll do a couple different cases and we'll get caught up on some of the other cases that we follow. I know even Rex Heuermann's been back in court and we've missed that. So he's another big ogre looking type guy. So we have to make sure that we see him too. Also, I did put the old music on tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put the old song on. So I'll go out with the old song, but then tomorrow maybe we'll go in with the new song. So I'll see you guys all later. Have a wonderful evening and bye guys.